What's going on, everyone? If you've been following these past couple days, I've been ranting and raving about different things, and I'm probably going to continue this for a little bit. Maybe it has something to do with my birthday or Mercury and the energy of that, and um, just whatever's going on, whatever the energy is. But it's imbued me with a new lifeblood, a fire, a flame of just yeah. I guess we got to burn shit down. People I've been too cautious with the way that I speak. I mean, it's not like I'm going to be. I'm just going to be more direct with people, and this, and what that involves is me saying a lot of things like bullshit and stupid shit, dumbass, things that just are plain and obvious when somebody's a fucking idiot. Because there's a lot of them. We're surrounded by them. We're surrounded by fucking idiots. If you say it's just a theory, I don't have a basic understanding of science. I don't know who said that, but that's stupid shit that someone's going to repeat. Nerdy ass, fat fuck behind a computer, eating Doritos, thinking that they know something about. I don't have a basic understanding of science? What does that even mean? Let's decode that. Of science? What does science even mean? A basic understanding of science. What science is going through the process of having some sort of hypothesis and testing out some things and seeing if the conclusion lines up with what you expected to happen or what you expected it to be. How can you not have a basic understanding? Everybody has a basic understanding of that. The only people that don't have a basic understanding of that is someone that would say it's just a theory. I hear you don't have a basic that's a that right there is a basic misunderstanding of life, because there's a lot of things that are just theories. Because if I hear someone say, "Oh, they say it's just a theory," well, I know what the word theory means. Do you? Theory is the ori. It's where you get the word memory, water and light. The ori means the light. A theory of it's shining light on something. That's what the word theory means. And there are a ton of theories. Most of science is theory. It's myth, just like religion is myth and theory. But at least in religious texts, most people do have a little bit of understanding that it's all allegorical, and it uses. And here's the higher level thing: is it's all allegory for the body and astrology, astrotheology, and it's all just using code words. And science, the same way, what science does is it holds a ruler, it demands things. This is why scientists tend to be men. It's patriarchal, it's demanding. This is how it is. Do you know how much science has disproved itself over the years? Most all of it. And in fact, it gets so far into like, because science has to do with health, health has to do with well-being. Health and well-being is about diet, means deity. So if you don't think that your diet has something to do with your temple and your who your deity is, that means the things that you consume. It means to split, to die, to split. Deity, split yourself from your actual own godship, so you consume what's outside of you as an idol worship, even in food, and then eating fake food or listening to dumb ass people say dumb ass shit and accept it as such. So what can we go farther on here? Atheism is a response to religion. Religion is bullshit, therefore atheism is bullshit. Why? Because it's just a reflection. It's a reflection. But people that stand in the middle, as gatekeepers, as timekeepers, they stand in between the mirror. They stand right there. They're a bridge worker. They stand there in between spaces, archonic forces. We see the whole thing, and we look to our left and we look to our right. In one direction we see red, in the other direction we see blue. We see religion, we see science. We see um, the cold and we see the heat. But because we're standing in the middle, we know the source of it. It's not left and right, it's just up and down, because heat and cold are not opposite. They're just on a scalar wave. They're just on a scale of something. And in one direction we can see that wow, way down there is, or way over there is science, and we could say, oh, way over there is religion. But knowing that it's the same source of priestcraft, the same source, it's the same, um, it's the same thing that fuels those. One is a microscope, one's on a telescope. I'm not going to go down that talk again. Let's let's talk about health, because as all my talks are kind of geared towards how to improve your life. Because again and again, I do this for free, and it's because I do care. I have I've not cremated the care. In some ways, you gotta cremate the way you care. Yeah. So, oh no, he's talking about the owl and the Illuminati. Oh no, is he? I seen that picture the other day. It was 33. Was he a Freemason? No, it doesn't work that way, people. So let's talk about health and your health, and how can you improve it. You know, how do you upgrade? Because health is about how you feel, and since the only thing that exists in this world for anyone is how do you feel? How do you feel? How's it going? What upgrades that? Well, somebody asked me to do a talk on pornography, sex, and masturbation, and I think that runs a line here. Maybe I'll just go on that little tangent on that. Um, everything is everything can incite energy in someone. The world is sex. Let's start there. What is pornography to one person is not pornography to another. It's completely calibrated artistically on the health and well-being of someone. It really comes down to, like, think of it, like, why is it, how did it become that a man could want to be gay? And so now it's just in the DNA. Let's see, that's wrong. That doesn't. No, 90% of the time, what you're gonna find is that person probably grew up, you know, in a single, like, grew up from. Almost every gay dude that I've met grew up around his grandmother, and he loved so much what she was that he mimicked her. And he started to change the chemicals that were produced in his brain based upon the way that he viewed things. It's simple. We're not going to get into genders and stuff here. So what does that mean? It means the artistic expression of, and it's fine if somebody is attracted to that and wants to have that in their life, so be it, because there'll be somebody else that will be a reflection of that, and that's what this world is. It's diseased to a degree. It's strange, of course. It wouldn't happen that way organically, because you can't produce a child with two men, can't produce a child with two women. That's very easy. So nature abhors that, meaning that that's just not a natural environment. You're probably not going out into tribal regions. You're probably not finding tribes and finding gay people and lesbians in tribes, because they haven't been trained that way, and they haven't started to flood their body with the chemicals that responds to those type of behaviors and those types of people. So pornography and what people are attracted to, what turns them on or turns them off, and what instills energy into someone, because as I just said, everything is sex, meaning a binding or bonding of energies. And usually we'd say, this is some of the earlier talks I did, I would say this to people, and I'm going to try to rephrase it again, that men and women are not opposites, they're complementary, because they fit together. And that's what sex is. And what becomes the fueling fire for someone to be turned on. What is turned on? They talk about sex and violence, or saxophones and violins. That's a fun one. I'll play with that maybe a little later with you guys. Explain to you how the language works and why those sounds are what they are, and the names of those instruments are as such. But the male and female dynamic, the insertion and the connection and procreation, which is the unification of energies, is sex. You can have pornography or sexual union, because pornography is what a strain. You try to. That's so based on religion that they would try to demonize something. Because that's what they do. That's what religious notions do. Everything must. That's sin. That's evil. But as we know, we live in the world of sine waves, of sin, of signs. It's where we live. The connection and attraction. Like some people, isn't it? You find it weird. Some people out there fucking trees. Some people are like I like velvet. I'd like a woman with really long fingers and velour gloves to jerk me off. Is that? I mean, I'm not saying that is such, but I don't know. Maybe that'd be cool. I don't know. But some people have that. Some people want to. Some people are attracted by the opposite of what would be seemingly comfortable. There's weird types of um, it's energy. You see, why is that a turn on to be abused? Why is that a turn on um, to be opposite of what you should be or what you are? Like, why would somebody want to get, you know, their their nuts stomped on with high heels? But yet that's a thing. Yes. Yeah. Anyway, that's a real thing. Why would somebody want to be tied up, mutilated, strangled? No, I mean I don't know. Sadomasochism and what S&M. I mean, who would who would want to do that? Well, that comes from deranged and diseased mindsets of what um, connection and passion is. But it still is. It still is nonetheless, in the sense of it. Like, okay, if that's the way you live out your life to absorb and feel energy, it's like people that cut themselves, right? Why do people cut them? Why would they ever do that? It seems so strange. But people abuse themselves every day in normal society, and we don't see it as such, right? We'll go a little farther. I'm going to take a little left-hand turn here and just get people to the point of understanding this. The amount of disgusting, diseased, abusive, ridiculous shit in society is so overwhelming that when people are confused that why people do certain things abusive to themselves, such as cut themselves or be involved in relationships that aren't healthy, you can't you it's so simple because the entire society is fucked. And so the types of energetic attractions, if we get really deep into this, what we're talking about is the sexual occurrence of what is the turn on and what turns people on. Some people want to fight. People want to play sports and hit someone. People want to go to the MMA, not because they want the money. Like, no, people like any man here knows, just as a woman knows too. You fantasize. You've the energy built up. You want to fucking hit someone. Oh, I could just unload and punch someone in the face. It's exactly the same type of energy that I want to have sex with that and let my energy out. It's coming out of a different direction, but it's still energetic passion of sexuality. That sexuality is magnets and electricity. It's a union of those energies. So to kind of rephrase and clean up this entire thing into what is pornography and what is masturbation. Is it healthy? Of course it is. Why do you think a kid that all of a sudden goes through puberty wants to masturbate? Why? Of course, because it's natural and healthy. Watch an animal do it. It's natural and healthy. To what degree? When does it become unhealthy? When does it become what is hey, I like to look at that. That turns me on. So be it. If that's what it is for you, it's part of maybe I'll try it this way. One of my great teachers, his name's Don Tolman. He said this: if you want to fix a problem you have, let's say this is one way of doing it. There's other ways of doing it too. If you love cheeseburgers, go ahead and just sit down in the morning and cook yourself a dozen cheeseburgers and eat those. Just eat them all day. You like cigarettes? Buy 5 packs, smoke them back to back to back. You'll find the disgust in it at some point. He told the story of like when he was a kid, he got caught smoking a cigarette or a cigar, and so Grandpa said, "Okay, here you go. lines up 5 cigars. You're going to smoke those until they're done. You never picked it up again, right? Now, is that the best way? I don't know. Is it the righteous way? Is that a healthy way? I don't know. But that is, in a sense, um, a solution to things for some people. So back to the what's the normal? Normal is not the right word. Normal is not what we're talking about. Normalized is not good. Healthy. What is healthy? A healthy amount of what you're attracted to. So be it how much masturbation and how much sex and how much energy, because that's all boils. It always comes back to energy. It's as they teach in, say, like Montauk Chai, and holding your orgasm and being tantric. There's a reason to hold your energy. There's sometimes you need to expel it, though. The only reason to earn money is to use it. The only reason to obtain energy is to use it. You can just keep gaining energy. What for? Why would you do it if you weren't going to use it? And that's what the cosmic orgasmic idea that I'd maybe like 3 months ago put out a video on this, how to stay in that state of being infinitely orgasmic, and it's somewhere in the middle of building up of energy and expressing it. When you complete a project, it's like a type of an orgasm, or when you express yourself in whatever way, speaking. Right now, this is orgasmic to me in a sense, right? Just like somebody that is a woodworker, fiddling with wood and cut, they see the finished result and it makes them happy. They've expended their energy. And what about, you look at animals. How do they express their energy? Look at a child. When you, like I said, when you go through puberty and you explore your sexuality, you first do it individually. I don't know. That'd be interesting. I'd wonder if anybody actually never fiddled with themselves individually first before communing with the opposite sex, or in a more diseased case, because it is a dis-ease to want to stick your dick in someone's poopy butthole. It really is. Not to say that hasn't been done, but that's not that's not the right location for it. I mean, there can be pleasure derived out of it, I'm sure, and there is, and there's plenty of books written on it, and there's, some people really enjoy it, and there is a couple glands in there and whatever. But the point is, what we find is the expression of sexuality and pornography and its connection being just some people, how are they turned on by trees, or some people want to use steel objects. Like, who would use a plastic dildo? Why? But these are things. What is turning them on in their mental universe? So everything actually is pornography to people. This is why you can go into Reddit and see a bunch of different pages called like planet porn, or car porn. It's just like it's sexy. It's so that people that take pictures. Why are people taking pictures? Let's go a little farther, because it's this word. What is it that when the people take pictures? People are observant, because you can observe something without having a lasting picture of it. But it's like, I can't remember the word, and I hate when these it's a very important word that I want to use here, but it's just at the tip of my brain. It's just that you need something so bad. It's the that is what everything is in life. The need and desire for something. It's the motivation. That's the energy. That's the sex. So it happens in all sorts of things. So, yeah, I guess that's about as far as we can go on this talk about union and sexuality and pornography. And where have I started this? Oh yeah, science.
You know, to see, even in science, you find people that are like they jack off over their science. They're really turned on. Oh, they get so instigated. Oh, ooh, I'm so mad at those religious people. I'm atheist. I'm so religious. I hate those people that believe in science. And then you find these people in the middle that like, well, I don't know, just fuck, I don't know. Everything turns me on. Everything turns me off. I don't know. It's a good place to be. When you can just, what about you just, instead of things turning you on and turning you off, you actually are in control of the electrical system and turn the switch on and off when you want. That's kind of, I guess, if all of this talk is to get to this point, yeah, that's kind of what I try to teach people. Like, yeah, you can absorb some things from other people and use them, use those energies as influences to you, but essentially you want to be able to turn yourself on and off. You know, and that's, yeah, there you go, guys. We'll talk soon. Cheers.